don't want to lose you again.
Hey, I'm a tough gum.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most gut-wrenching conclusions to cartoons. We're including shows that have since been revived or have a revival in the works. Expect some major spoilers ahead.
The world's so different now.
And it's gonna be even more different. We'll rebuild it together.
Dr. Orpheus!
Are you busy this evening?
Dr. Orpheus? Where is Hank?
Though Safrak's protocol would be the show's final episode, things would truly end when the franchise ventured, pun intended, into the Radiant is the Blood of the Baboon Heart movie. After Hank wakes up from his coma, he deserts his brother Dean and embarks on a journey of self-discovery. Tormented by both a lack of purpose and his anger over Dean sleeping with his girlfriend, there's a lot of times where his road to inner peace is played for laughs, but there's also times where the movie peels the curtain back and shows the seriousness of his struggle.
There's nothing there for me. I don't have a girlfriend anymore. My mommy isn't even my mommy. My own brother stabbed me in the back.
Hank is someone who is hurting. Thankfully, though, his pain doesn't last forever, and eventually he patches things up with Dean. Number 19. Hey Arnold, the Jungle Movie.
Well, Arnold, we made it to San Lorenzo. So, where do we start looking for your parents?
Sorry, Gerald.
On TV ended with the episode Grandpa's Packard in 2004. Jungle Movie is what really brings the franchise to a satisfying and emotional conclusion. Following on from where the original series ends, the movie finally explores what happened with Arnold's parents. Arnold discovers them in Central America, suffering from sleeping sickness, and is able to cure them.
Hey, Arnold.
It's heartbreaking to know that Arnold was separated from his parents for so long, but it's heartwarming seeing them reunite. Oceans. Number 18. Is it college yet? The road to college can be an exciting and difficult one. With the Daria movie Is It College Yet?, Daria and the gang consider their options as they prepare for life's next big chapter.
I don't need college to be an artist.
You what? Oh, sorry.
The film is all about the cracks that form between friend groups. Daria and Tom's relationship ends, several arguments break out, and Quinn's new friend even develops a drinking problem. Daria still ends the movie in an optimistic way, by Daria standards at least, after delivering a monotone yet sort of uplifting speech at graduation.
And there's no aspect, no facet, no moment of life that can't be improved with pizza.
But it still goes to show that sometimes change, even when necessary, can be difficult. Number 17. Final Curtain, The Spectacular Spider-Man. Peter Parker is often treated like a punching bag, but Final Curtain really feels like something else. It's a gut-wrenching episode that sees him fight the Green Goblin in his most dangerous battle yet. And when the Goblin seemingly dies, Harry blames Spider-Man for his father's death, which puts the future of their friendship in jeopardy.
Dad was sick. A victim of the green. No one knows how that stuff changes you better than I do. Spider-Man should have helped him.
Gwen chooses Harry over him, his relationship with Liz is definitely over, and for all the good that he did, he's more or less alone.
You dump me? I don't think so.
That's it, Petey! We're through!
If the show had been renewed for a third season, maybe these problems could have gotten resolved. But as it stands today, Peter ended the series on a bleak note. Finale of Star vs. the Forces of Evil? No, seriously, in Cleaved, magic is destroyed by Star.
I can't believe you actually did it! It looks like the age of magic is coming to a close.
It's a pretty controversial choice that finds many magical creatures ceasing to exist, which is incredibly saddening to watch. But besides that, Cleaved is equally emotional since it also focuses on Star and Marco trying everything they can to be together. The fear that Marco has over potentially never being able to see her again is devastating.
Any idea what happens if we stay here?
No, and I don't care.
While they reunite when Earth and Muni merge, when you think about the destruction that came before, it makes the outcome a little less wholesome. Number 15. Bye Bye Nikki, 16. Seeing long-term friends leave is always going to be rough, so this two-parter from 16 is no exception.
Don't be so pessimistic. It causes icky little frown lines here and here.
When Nikki's dad gets a new job in Iqaluit, it means she'll have to move with him and venture off from the group. Nikki and her friend who throw her a great going-away party.
You made me a farewell video and wrote me a song. And
Everyone chipped in on this. It's a laptop, so we can stay connected no matter what.
On one hand, it's a finale of sad farewells. On the other, it's comforting to see Nikki's friends just wanting whatever is best for her. Sometimes friendship, and life in general, is about making hard decisions. Number 14. Watching and Dreaming, The Owl House. Quite a lot was at stake in the series finale of The Owl House. In fact, the entirety of Boiling Isles was in danger. No pressure or anything. Around the episode's halfway point, Luce saves the Collector from Belos, sacrifices herself, and then dies.
Luce? What?
Having to watch as she disintegrates into tiny orbs is brutal. While this isn't actually Luce's death, it's still an incredibly impactful moment. It makes the Collector look at things differently and spurs the others to act. Even though the whole thing is kind of a giant gotcha, the finale is no doubt a real tearjerker.
A whole chapter of my life was over. But a new one was just beginning.
Number 13. Graduation, Kim Possible. Graduating high school can feel scary, but having to combat an alien invasion is extra anxiety-inducing.
Okay, future. I'm ready for anything you throw at me.
As Kim, Ron, and everyone else at Middleton High prepare for their big day, an invasion ruins everything. This two-part spectacle does a lot, including temporarily splitting up Kim and Ron when she gets captured by the aliens. And splitting up this iconic couple, even if it's for plot, feels like a crime.
See? You see how I can't live without you? Yeah, at the very least, we're talking major bone breakage.
Even though they save the day and reunite, you still can't help but feel a little glum. After all, this is the last we really see of them. While graduating isn't the end for Kim and Ron, it's the definitive end of an era for the fans. And that's nothing if not a little sad. Number 12. Victory and Death, Star Wars: The Clone Wars. We had to wait 6 years for the last season of this animated series, but boy did it pack a punch.
Hangar bay doors are sealed. I got everything locked down. If they weren't trying to kill us, I'd be proud.
The final episodes reveal how Anakin's former apprentice Ahsoka survived Order 66. When the clone troopers, once her loyal companions, succumb to their inhibitor chips, Ahsoka manages to save Rex, but she can't save the rest. The image of her standing over their graves is truly haunting. This is the episode where everything really clicks for the viewers. The clones and the Jedi gave up everything fighting a war that was ultimately pointless. Released earlier, but set later chronologically, the Star Wars Rebels finale also brought the feels, with Ezra's sacrifice and disappearance.
And remember, the Force will be with you. Always.
Number 11. The Hardest Thing, Amphibia. It turns out that the hardest thing about the series finale of Amphibia is having to say goodbye.
I'm gonna miss you so much!
After successfully neutralizing the great danger that was the core, Anne realizes that it's time for her, Marcy, and Sasha to leave Amphibia and finally return to Earth. That means we spend emotional moments where everyone says goodbye. While each farewell is heartbreaking, Anne's goodbye to Sprig has to be the most intense.
Nothing will ever change how much you mean to me. Not time or space or being worlds apart. Spran against the world. Spran against the world.
One thing is for sure though, Anne will never forget the friendship she formed in her time on Amphibia. Number 10. The Future, Steven Universe Future.
Where am I going to find another Steven as good as you, huh? I like this one so much!
While fans got a great ending with the series finale to Steven Universe, it's the ending to Steven Universe Future that ties an emotional ribbon over everything. Fittingly called The Future, the episode dives even further into complex subjects such as trauma and mental health. It's essentially one long goodbye as Steven decides to leave Beach City and travel. When he breaks the news to the Gems, he's hurt when they're not more upset. It turns out they were just hiding their feelings so as not to stand between Steven and his future.
What's wrong with you guys? Aren't you sad I'm leaving?
Oh man, I can't take this anymore!
We were trying to be strong for you.
Knowing that they'll always be a part of him, he drives off. What a beautiful end to the series.
Number 9. Last Day of Summer, Phineas and Ferb.
There's 104 days of summer vacation, although in Phineas and Ferb's case, it was more like 222 days. This Emmy-nominated finale appropriately feels like the last day of summer. It's a grand and special occasion, making effective use of every major character in a plot revolving around time travel.
Mom! Phineas and Ferb are gone! I'm sure it's going to be all right, dear, but who are Phineas and Ferb?
At the same time, it's a bittersweet affair that unfortunately can't last longer. Nowhere does this hit us more than during the closing musical number, as the gang reminisces about the memories they made together.
Summer is done, and we'd had our fun, but this isn't the end of our story.
All good things must come to an end, be it 3 glorious months of summer or 4 seasons of a wonderful show. While this wasn't farewell forever, how can you not shed a tear as Phineas gives us a wave goodbye?
With you.
Number 8. A regular epic final battle. Regular show. Regular show's final battle is indeed epic, combining elements of Star Wars and Dragon Ball Z.
It's up to you, Pops. If you want to keep doing this how it's always been done, that's your choice. You're the chosen one.
Okay, let's do it. Traps, traps, traps.
The episode is also heavy on wit and laughs, bringing the series full circle in meta fashion. We weren't prepared to get so choked up though as the finale reached its climax. While Pops insists that this is a happy ending, we still couldn't hold back our sorrow as he made the ultimate sacrifice to save his friends and universe. Pops' demise wasn't in vain, as the gang returns to Earth where everyone is given a fitting ending.
Don't! Don't worry, Mordecai and Rigby. I know you're sad, but I promise this is a happy ending. Take care of each other. Goodbye.
Muscleman meets his daughter for the first time, Rigby and Eileen start a family of their own, and even Mordecai finds love, all while Pops watches from heaven.
Jolly good show.
Number 7. Weirdmageddon 3, Take Back the Falls. Gravity Falls. Like the Phineas and Ferb finale, Weirdmageddon is largely about saying goodbye to summer and the friends you made along the way. What made this ending especially gratifying is that it completely delivered on the mystery that had been unfolding for 2 seasons. The final fight against Bill Cipher gives the fans exactly what they want, while still playing with expectations in all the right ways.
Guess I was good for something after all.
All the creative imagery and jokes aside, this show has always been about the bonds of family, particularly between siblings.
Ready to head into the unknown?
Nope. Let's do it.
From the second they step aboard the bus out of town, Dipper and Mabel immediately miss Gravity Falls, as do we. As Wendy's letter to Dipper and the credits remind us though, nobody will ever forget this summer.
It's out there somewhere in the woods, waiting.
Number 6. Nice While It Lasted, BoJack Horseman. What did you expect from BoJack Horseman? A happy ending? BoJack may not be able to make amends with everyone that he wronged, but the final episode does give him a chance to reconnect with his closest friends.
I think you had it for a moment and then you lost it.
Oh well, it was nice while it lasted, right?
Sure. It was nice while it lasted.
Mr. Peanut Butter, Todd, and Princess Carolyn all seem to be where they should be, although BoJack and Diane's fates remain up in the air.
Wish I could have been the person you thought I was. The person who would save you.
That was never your job.
Then why did you always make me feel like it was?
One will go back to prison to finish his sentence, while the other will return to her new life in Houston. What about later down the line, however? Will this be the last time BoJack and Diane speak to each other? The uncertain silence speaks volumes as these two look up at the night sky together, leaving us feeling blue, yet oddly optimistic.
This is nice.
Mr. Blue, I told you that I love you, please believe me.
Number 5. Meanwhile, Futurama. Since Futurama was in danger of cancellation on multiple occasions, seasons 4 to 6 all ended with potential series finales. Season 7's Meanwhile was the true conclusion of the show's second run, and although it was revived in 2023, it's hard to imagine a more perfect goodbye.
What if you had a special moment that you wish could go on forever? Could the time button make it last as long as you wanted?
Almost every character appears in some capacity, but the main focus is kept on Fry and Leela, whose relationship gave this show its beating heart.
Leela, my love, will you marry me?
Oh my gosh! This is all so sudden, after 13 years.
Don't answer yet. I want this to be a special moment.
In an emotional climax that's tragic, humorous, and romantic, everything is frozen in time except Fry and Leela. The two make the most of their time together, living happily into old age until Farnsworth offers them a chance to go around again. Whatever their future holds, this finale fills us with nothing but warm memories.
What do you say? Want to go around again?
I do.
Number 4. Come Along With Me. Adventure Time.
And it will happen again and again, 'cause you and I will always be back then.
Between BMO singing a comforting song to Jake, Betty's sacrifice, and the final montage, you're going to cry at least 3 times throughout the Adventure Time finale. The tears are balanced out with plenty of uplifting moments, leaving each character on a note that feels just right. The major takeaway from Come Along With Me, though, is that there really are no happy endings.
Come along with me, and the butterflies and bees, we can wander through the forest.
Even when everything appears to be wrapped up, life keeps going and eventually a new adventure presents itself, for better or worse. That said, showrunner Adam Muto has noted that the finale isn't necessarily a happy one. The future land of Ooo is much bleaker, but not deprived of hope or new heroes ready to take up Finn and Jake's mantle.
Lift that sword, Shermie.
Oh yeah!
Number 3. Star-Crossed, Justice League. Like the Superman finale, Star-Crossed was an equally epic and bittersweet way to cap off the original Justice League series. Part of what makes this 3-parter such an emotional roller coaster is that it sees one hero stab her teammates in the back.
Whose side are you really on?
Don't you know?
I'm sorry, John.
With Hawkgirl torn between her homeworld and the world she's called home for years, the League is thrown into total disarray.
Gentlemen, it's been an honor.
Secrets are revealed, bridges are burned, and hearts are broken, namely Green Lanterns. While the day is ultimately saved in rousing fashion, nothing will ever be the same again.
I love you, John. I never lied about that.
As Shiera flies off into the sunset while a teary-eyed John watches, the book is seemingly closed on a star-crossed love story. Although, the sun would fortunately rise again in Justice League Unlimited.
You deserve that, too.
Number 2. Sozin's Comet, Avatar: The Last Airbender. With a feature-length runtime and cinematic animation, Sozin's Comet certainly would have been worthy of the big screen treatment. Even on the smallest screen, however, we feel every ounce of this finale's dramatic impact. Avatar is all about restoring balance to the world, and that's the best way to describe this ending. Balanced to a T.
To bend another's energy, your own spirit must be unbendable.
Virtually all of the characters and ongoing plotlines are given proper closure, providing no shortage of emotional payoffs. There are 2 moments in particular that get to us every time. First, there's Zuko's reunion with Iroh, who brings his estranged nephew in for a loving embrace.
I was never angry with you. I was sad because I was afraid you lost your way. I did lose my way. But you found it again.
Then there's the very last scene as Aang and Katara share the franchise's most romantic moment. Well, except for maybe the ending to Legend of Korra. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. CI, Samurai Jack. The ending to Samurai Jack tears us up inside for several reasons. For starters, it's a finale we never thought we'd see, since the series was prematurely cancelled in 2004. It was worth the 13-year wait to see Jack defeat Aku with a little help from his friends.
We're here, Jack! We're here to rescue you!
This victory isn't without sacrifice, as Aku's demise means that his daughter Ashi can no longer exist.
What's wrong?
Without Aku, I would have never existed.
No.
With the woman he loves erased from existence, the grief-stricken Jack is left to wander the world alone. As a ladybug lands on his hand, however, our hero is given a glimmer of hope with a new day dawning. Be they tears of sorrow or tears of joy, you're going to cry as the samurai story comes to its close. Is there an emotional series finale that we missed? Let us know in the comments.
All along something was missing, and I think you'll see it too.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Ms. Mojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.